try something a little different here and do a review for this Evolve GTR Bamboo. I've been riding electric boards now for a little over 2 years, but today I'm going to be focusing on the Evolve Bamboo, which is this guy here. He was actually the second electric board I ever purchased. So it's super flexy, which absorbs a lot of the bumps or cracks. Also, the flexibility of the deck, I feel like allows for better carving, in my opinion. I can really push out my back leg to keep grip, and it just feels really good carving, very surfy. I feel like Evolve is kind of the Apple of the industry, where you're gonna pay more, it's a bit overpriced, but you have an overall quality control that's better as far as the build quality goes. But there's great options out there if you can't really afford it. But with that said, Evolve just lowered the price. So I believe if you get just the street, or not the 2-in-1, the street or the all-terrain, it's about $14.50. If you have the money, I would say go for it. The other thing that makes Evolve different than the other companies is the specific remote. I personally like it more. I've used both. You know, the wheel is great. It's not really that different. It's kind of just personal preference. But the thing that I really like, that I think is revolutionary about this remote versus the other ones, is how it separates your gas and your brake. So I find it's harder to accidentally press it in comparison to like a Meepo remote, because you know I know in my brain trigger, go, brakes, or thumb, stop. Whereas you know the other one, you could potentially accidentally rub it. Not to say that it never happens with this. It's happened to me a few times, but just in general, I think I personally prefer it. I usually would suggest people going streets, just because I think it fits the board a little bit better. And beyond that, at least for a heavier rider like me, I feel like the GTR just isn't enough power to really fully utilize the off-road wheels. Now, don't get me wrong, you can still go on the grass, the dirt. If you're kind of doing basic stuff, the GTR has plenty enough power. Your battery really will die though, like way faster. And that's actually the reason that I ended up buying the Hadean, and I got the carbon Hadean, because it was mainly for off-road. Like for streets, you don't really, unless you're really pushing speed and speed is really your thing, you don't really need to be going that much faster than this. Now, I like that little extra power I get from my Hadean, even on streets, but in general, don't really need it. But for off-road, it's a different story, mainly because of battery drainage, because when you ride on grass, man, your battery goes out. And also with the Hadean, I feel like it actually can go up hills on grass. Like I can really fully take it and like surf on grass hills. Whereas the Bamboo, I always felt like it was just, I just wanted a little bit more power. I use this one as kind of my cruiser, my dancey board. It's a lot nicer to do kind of dance steps on. Kind of go through what I have on my Evolve that I recommend. So I definitely suggest, if you're gonna be riding at night, go for these shred lights. They're fucking awesome. USB chargeable, really bright. If you plan on riding at night, is getting these LED strips. I think they're 20 or 30 bucks. I can't remember exactly. I could put it in the comments or in the description. But it's super easy to install. It just comes with these little sticky pads. I don't know if you guys can see here, kind of this line. But you basically, all you do is you just connect it through USB. And they have these pre-made little USB ports right here. So it's super easy. You know, besides the fact that it looks cool, but even if you're really not into like RGB stuff, people can see you. So with the shred lights and the underglow lights, like people can actually see you on the road, especially at nighttime and stuff, which I think is super important. Always want to stay safe, make sure people can see you, because these things are really quiet and people are not used to seeing them.